Just waiting for the live stream. Right, shalom. I would just like to do a study on the word or the concept of faith and Psalm 1 in relation to a word which is written Aleph, Mem, Nun, Hey, which is Amunah. Now, Amunah means faith. Now, we're going to look at that in relation to Psalm 1. So let me read Psalm 1 for you. Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stands in the path of sinners, nor sit in the seat of the scornful, but his delight is in the Torah of Yahweh, and in his Torah he meditates day and night. He shall be like a tree planted by rivers of water, that brings forth fruit in his season, whose leaf also shall not wither, and whatever he does shall prosper. So that is basically the verse we're going to look at to make this word picture. Now, first of all, we get the concept of a tree. Now, there's the tree. Now, this tree is planted by a river. So there's the river, and a river normally originates from a mountainous area. So we have a mountain, and then we have this river running from the mountain. Now at the end of the mountain it runs into this sea. So where the things originate can be associated with the letter Aleph. The letter Aleph makes up the word for Av or Ab, which is father, and also means originator. So the father is the one where everything originates from. So from this symbolism we see the Aleph at the top of the stream, and this is the purest form of water. Now in the Hebrew there's a letter which is the letter Mem, and Mem means water, and water is the word Mayim, which is Mem Yod Mem is Mayim. So we see the letter Mem there twice. This is just the Mem Sufit at the end. It's a closed Mem, and in the beginning it's an open Mem. And the Mem also means the word of Yahweh. So the pure water that runs from the origin, which is the Father, is also where the word comes from. So the word originates from the Father. It runs down, and we get it from the letter Mem, which is the water and the word. Now the tree is planted by this stream, and then it bears fruit. Now fruit is the letter Nun. and the letter Nun means fruit or fruitful. So in order to bear fruit, the tree needs the nourishment from the water. Now, when you look at this from a spiritual sense, if the water is the word and the fruit is associated with the fruit of the Spirit, that means that your life will radiate that essence of truth. So it will be like light shining from your life. That's light. And light is also the meaning of the letter He. And light is also associated, or the He is one of the meanings is light, the other one is truth. So light and truth associate with the meaning of He. So we have the word, we have fruit, and we have light. And on this end we have the origin. Oh, you can't see that. The originator. And that's the concept that is described in Psalm 1. Now if I combine now all these letters, it makes up a word. The Aleph, the Mem, then we have the Nun, and the He. The originator, the word, fruit of the Spirit, and light shining. And light shining is also a symbol of holiness. And this makes the word Amuna, that means faith as well as truth, and to be faithful. So the concept of faith is found within this word picture through those symbols. So faith is not a fact or something that you know that is the truth. Faith is faithfulness in truth you receive based on light that is shining from your life, fruit that you bear in your life, the word of Yahweh that you take into your life, and a relationship with the Father. So all of those combine. Now one interesting thing about the Nun also means fish. Now a fish is associated with discipleship, fishers of men, and that is where the nations are drawn into. So if we look at the purpose of why faith exists, it exists for the purpose of fishing out people from the sea or the world, bring them into the boat, just like they did when they fished during the time of the disciples, and then you expose them to the fruit, so they partake in the fruit, and the seed within the fruit will then grow if they are then exposed to the water, and then they will become trees who will bear fruit, and they will have a way to lead to the Father. Now what's interesting about the word going up the mountain, we also find that in the 2 tablets with Moses going up the mountain. So that means the word is also the Torah. Now Torah is translated as law, which is one aspect, but it's not the accurate translation. Torah actually means direction, that show you a way. Now Yeshua is the way that leads to the Father, and his word, Yeshua, is also the living Torah, the word that leads you to the Father. So by studying the word, you actually get the directions to your life that leads you right to where the Father is. And that's the concept of what salvation is, because salvation is if you end up at the same place of the shepherd you follow and where he led you to, which is the origin of all things, or the Father. And that's why Yeshua's name means Yahweh is salvation, and the goal is Yahweh. The promise made to Abraham, Genesis 15 verse 1, is Yahweh, before he started cutting the covenant with Abraham, he said, I am your exceedingly great reward. And that is our reward, is a relationship with the Father. Yeshua is the way that leads us there, and he's also the means. And in the same token, the word is the way and the means that lead to the Father as well. Then you bear fruit, not for the benefit of your salvation, but for the benefit of the salvation of those in the world. And your holiness that shine is basically attracting people to that tree, partake of the fruit, ingest the seed, expose them to the water, and they will also become a tree planted by rivers of living water, and then they will have the way that leads to the Father. So that's basically the concept of Psalm 1. I hope you have a wonderful day, and see you next time.